What's up, folks? Now today I'm coming with an update on Grizzly.fi. There has been a few announcements and even a few implementations, so there's a lot to cover actually. I'm not gonna focus a lot on them. What I'm gonna focus on though is my progress and my earnings in regards to my hives, because I'm personally invested in this, as I mentioned in my previous video, and there has been updates, so I added more money into the platform, and that's what I'm gonna cover. So monthly projections, how much do you expect to earn if you follow the same footsteps or if you follow other footsteps. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. First things first, the community fair launch is done and dusted. As you can see, I was invested there and I showed you in my last video. So now we claimed all our community fair launch tokens and we proceeded as such, meaning there are no more inflation coming up with vested tokens. So the only inflation that comes up now is basically from the farmable tokens in the hives. And also they reduced the B efficiency level. So I'm gonna go to the main platform, so the main hub, and show you, like, if you go and click on this, so you see something called B efficiency level, meaning how many tokens are gonna be produced and split between all the participants. And that has been reduced from 250 to 200, meaning inflation has dialed down a bit since then, and that is a good sign. Now, actually, three things have been announced, and one of them is actually in implementation right now. One has been implemented and one is coming up. So first things first, Grizzly Honey, so GHNY, is now listed on MEXC. So if I go to Telegram, I'm gonna quickly go to the Grizzly channel, and I'm gonna show you the announcement where this has happened. So there it is. So now we are listed on our first centralized exchange, and that is very important. Even though the centralized exchange itself is not a tier 1 exchange, nothing of the sort, but being somewhere on a centralized exchange gives more legitimacy to a project, and that is the step that I'm mostly favored for. So it's not the volume, it's not the exchange itself, just being there gives a more legitimate eye in front of foreign investors and people who are a bit skeptical in regards to the platform itself. Now, the second announcement that is happening, they announced that they're gonna launch a Swiss franc backed up stablecoin. So a stablecoin backed up by the Swiss franc, and I don't think we have any stablecoin in the market right now that is. Now, they chose the Swiss franc because it has the least inflation percentage points on average if you compare it to other currencies like the US dollar or the euro, which are the most common stablecoin backed pairs, basically. So they made the announcement. They actually have a working website right now, so you can go ahead and check everything right there. I'm gonna potentially cover a video explaining how all of this thing is gonna be working, but not in this one. And they have a running announcement. So they made an announcement that first things first, this is happening. It's gonna be called DCHF. So that's the name of the ticker of the stablecoin. And there's gonna be a native token in the platform itself called Moneta. So Moneta, ticker I think MON, is a coin or token, sorry, that is gonna be used to be staked in the platform to earn platform fees, because it's going to be basically a lending and borrowing platform, and you can take advantage of that by taking on the fees that are going to be split between participants. And the cool thing right now is that you're going to get an airdrop of Moneta tokens based on your GHNY holdings. So what counts is basically whatever you have in your wallet as GHNY, whatever you have staked inside the honeypot, because this is basically a holding as well. So instead of having it in the wallet, you have it here, and all the vested tokens that you take out of the community fair launch and you keep into your wallet, and that has been settled already. So for example, rewards do not take part of the airdrop as long as you don't collect them. So if you harvest them and they're in your wallet, then they're part of it. And they're not doing It's gonna be actually a 10-to-1 airdrop, so each one GHNY would give you 10 moneta. The price hasn't been set yet, and also keep in mind that it's not gonna be a day-to-day thing. So imagine if it's a monthly snapshot running on a daily basis. So you cannot just have 0 GHNY for 29 days and then on the 30th buy 100 and you're gonna get 1,000 moneta. No, the snapshot is gonna be taken every single day, and at the end there's gonna be an average based on which you're gonna get your airdrop. So keep that in mind. Now, with all of this being said and done, again, I will most probably make a more detailed explanatory video about all of this, but for now, I'm gonna focus on the earnings. So last time, if you recall, I had my spreadsheet open. My old invested amount was about 2.2k, and the price itself was a bit higher actually. But right now, if we go to CoinMarketCap and check the average weekly price, so I took into consideration not only TA but how the price is performing, and for me, whatever the price is right now is the price that I expect to happen on an average monthly basis. And you can even go check PooCoin itself to get a comparison in regards to charts. Now, jumping into my earnings sheet, so this is it right here. So again, the price I took into consideration is $75 based on my calculations, and those are this is the new capital that I have in. Now, so far in 22 days I managed to harvest a total of 5.37 GHNY tokens. So the value of these tokens is about $402 based on the price that I showcased a bit earlier. And if we go a bit further, so that's 22 days. So if we do a prorata and push it towards a 1-month projection, that's about $550. So not too bad at all for a 4.2k investment. So if you take into consideration the ratio of this, you're gonna end up with 13.12% per month in regards to the BNB USD Hive, because this is where I'm at. So I'm gonna show you right here, literally in front of your face. So this is where I'm at. Of course, the APY that you see here is not gonna be a fixed APY. It will either be a bit above this or a bit below. So it was an approximate percentage based on a monthly projection. And this is what I have right now. Now, you only see here 2.79. So imagine I add 0.28 to this part. I'm gonna be a bit above 3.1 tokens. Now, even though I'm here, I actually had about 5.3 tokens. Full disclosure, I sold some just to secure some profits, and keep in mind to always secure some profits, because that's the main of the game. You cannot just farm tokens or stake your tokens, get your tokens and keep the ball rolling all the time. You have to secure a small amount of profit. And this is something that everyone should be doing. So I'm just being full transparent with you, and this is what I did. So this is where I'm at. Going back to my sheet, I did a quick comparison in regards to what this hive that I'm in is producing versus what the other mixed hives are. So I got an average of 12.47. So the difference there is not so much. So you can choose any mixed hive you want, and then you can go in. You're probably gonna get around the same amount. And what I mean by mixed hives, I'm talking about these right here. So ETH USDC, BTC BUSD, because this is the one that I'm in. Comparing this to the stable hives, now the APR drops largely. Again, keep in mind that the strategy implemented here is the Grizzly strategy. So the one that produces the highest APY. We covered this in the previous video. So comparatively, the stable hive gives about 3% per month, as opposed to 13 in a mixed hive. So there's about a 10% discrepancy. It's less, much less, but it's a lot safer. If you consider coins like BTC, ETH and BNB as a risky play for you, even though in my opinion those are the top tier coins out there in the market, and the short-term volatility for me is not going to matter. But if you want to go the safest route, a stable hive is something that you're gonna be very safe in, and impermanent loss is something that you don't have to worry about short term and long term. And the 1 month projection in regards to a stable hive is about $123 for a 4.2k investment. Again, keep in mind that we're talking about a specific average price and a specific APR, which could change depending on many things. If the price drops a lot, then that will drop as well. If the price increases, the APR increases and your return increases as well. Also, there's the variable that more people might enter the hive, and that will also affect your earnings. So again, this is an approximate estimation. It's not an absolute estimation. Alright guys, that's it from me today. Thank you for sticking around and listening to everything I had to say. Now I hope I brought you some value with this video. I didn't go too technical. I'm gonna do that later on. I just showed you the earnings I got based on whatever I have and all the calculations I made, so that could help you get a clearer picture if you're still on the fence of joining the platform or not. So I'm gonna even share this small Excel sheet in my description if you want to take a look at it as well. It's not too complicated, however, it gives you a clear picture, because numbers on the platform itself are not very real in the sense that they won't give you actual numbers, just estimations. So keep that in mind. And of course, I didn't take into account the extra reward you would get from the honeypot that would potentially be about 0.6 GHNY for the whole month based on my numbers. So that's not too much, but it's something. So you can get some extra income from that as well. Also, a sub to the channel would be terrific. It really helps us new kids around the block dish out valuable and better content for everyone and expose this word we love the most to more people. So I thank you and appreciate you in advance. And as always, take care of your finances and trade responsibly. This was Roy with DeFi Ascension. Thanks for watching.